Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, as we're getting ready to head into that weekend, let's head over for another look at the weather.
And we've talked a lot about Veterans Day, and so, Alana, we want to know what we can expect weather-wise Saturday.
Really nice holiday conditions. So that was a great story. I just have to say, that was really, really a cool story. Also cool was this morning. If you were out early, we had clear skies and you could make out the moon, but you also could spy Venus. Chad Hawes taking that picture and sending it our way. Thank you, Chad. We really, really appreciate it. We're going to have cloud cover tonight. Didn't have any, though, during the day. Amazing video from Mirror Lake. Clear skies, snow up there. Mirror Lake Highway actually still open. The water has some ice in it. Not a surprise with the cold temperatures that we have been seeing and fresh snow on the ground. It's just incredible drone video there. When you talk seasonal roads, Guardsman's Pass now closed. That happened this week. Alpine Loop also closed. And we know places like Mirror Lake Highway, Cedar Breaks, and the Monte Cristo Loop looking at changes there eventually as we get that wintry weather filling back in. Great sunset tonight in Logan. Kurt Benjamin, hope you're doing well. Thanks for sending in this one. Gorgeous little afterglow. Sun went down at 5:15. Those earlier sunsets are here, folks. Satellite radar shows us the cloud cover, the deck of clouds that is going to start to be filling in. We will see increasing clouds for the overnight and then again for a period of your Friday. This is associated with a weak disturbance that isn't going to bring any moisture, but it is going to keep temperatures at bay. We had dry conditions today, and the drought monitor, it's new. Here are the newest numbers. And you look towards the eastern side of the state because we have seen the moderate drought category, which you're seeing in tan, increase this week to 10%. That extends from the Uinta Basin all the way down to the Four Corners. What you're seeing in yellow here, abnormally dry, now pushing towards central Utah, but we also see abnormally dry conditions in parts of Kane and Washington County. An active storm pattern helps us combat these drought conditions. Love to be able to say that 74% of Utah not dealing with that. That does include the Wasatch Front and the Wasatch Mountains. Good news there. We just want to keep that pattern with wet weather in the forecast, and we will eventually. Dry stretch here now. 40s for the daytime highs. Made it to 49 in Salt Lake. Usually this time of year, 54 is that high. Saw 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state and low 60s in St. George. Topped out at 62. It's below average for them. Usually 68 is the average high. Overnight, we'll be falling again into freezing territory. As we close out the North newscast, we will see mostly clear skies and temperatures just above 32, dropping below that for the overnight with partly cloudy conditions. Chilly start to our Friday, 37 by 9 a.m., partly cloudy, and then the clouds increasing as we make it through the day. As we look at the futurecast, it times out that increasing cloud cover that we see here as we roll through our Friday. You saw that cloud cover draped from southwestern Wyoming all the way down to St. George. It's associated with a weak front that really won't cool us much, but it'll keep our temperatures about 1 to 3 degrees below seasonal norms. Dry conditions holding on for our Veterans Day, so beautiful conditions expected throughout the state for the veterans. As we look at our futurecast, you're able to see that disturbance that wants to roll on through for our Friday and into Saturday. Eventually it moves out of here. We will see the warming trend continuing, but it really starts to take off when this ridge of high pressure builds and takes control for the latter half of the weekend and into next week. Early next week will be dry and warm, but as we look towards the Pacific, we can see that upper level low on the move. Weather models don't totally agree how that's going to move inland and the impacts to the Beehive State. But we're watching it closely, and it does suggest right now that we could see wet weather returning and precipitation potential rising towards the end of next week. The 6 to 10 day outlook really aligns with that, with above average chances of a more progressive pattern heavily favoring southwestern Utah. So changes right around the corner. Okay, Veterans Day. We have to already thank those veterans for all their service, but I have to remind you as well that great weekend to get out and enjoy our Mighty Five. You know, on Veterans Day, the national parks actually waiving the entrance fees. With weather looking this great, you'll be able to get out and enjoy any of these locations with those temperatures really mild. So it will be great, and it's the last waived admission fee of the year for national parks. 40s and 50s for tomorrow. We'll see those 50s on the eastern side of the state towards Moab, 62 in St. George. As we zoom in, you're going to check those mountain valleys, and you see 40s and 50s in places like Park City and Heber. Here's a look at the next 7 in Washington County, where the winds will be increasing, but we stay dry for the next little while. The 70s on the 7-day there, and then wet weather shows up by Thursday. Here's a look at your Veterans Day weekend for the Wasatch Front. The warming trend underway, bringing back the 60s, which, hey, it's going to be really nice. Yeah. Dry conditions for the weekend and as we head into next week. Start to see that changing. Late week, we're going to watch that upper level low because it's like, I'm not sure. And I can't blame it. We can't force decisions. We'll just see how it plays out here.
Hey,
You respect.
got a note to read to you.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Oh, he's
Dear
right.
Alana, thanks for having good weather at the high school the state semifinals today. Signed, everybody.
You know what? Just for that, I'll repeat it for tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah.